I invite ACS officer Lakhyajeet Gogoi to the podium and share his journey.
Good morning to everyone. First of all, I would like to extend my heartiest thanks to Rasdeep sir and CSAP for inviting me to this occasion and gracing the crowd out here. So at the very beginning, I would like to extend my heartiest greetings to Rasdeep Lekharu sir especially because he is someone whom I looked up to in this entire journey right from the beginning. And definitely he is my biggest mentor in this entire uh, journey that I have undertaken some couple of years back. So I was on that part of the uh, table, so to say, when I was a beginner somewhere back in my graduation days. There was a period somewhere in 2018 or 19 that Sir organized a seminar in our university, that is Tezpur University. There I was fortunate to meet Sir for the first time when I gave a serious thought to this preparation. No doubt, serving the society and becoming a part of the government machinery was there in my mind for quite some time, especially after my 10 plus 2 days. But after meeting Sir, it was then when I decided to start my preparation in a very systematic way. So when I speak about this journey, obviously it's a very big one. I can go on for the entire day because it is something that I prepared from my heart with full of emotions, with full of struggles, with full of ups and downs. A journey that has taught me to be so calm, composed, patient, motivated. A journey that has taught me how to remain humble even when you achieve so much or even when you are uh, in certain stages of your life. A journey that has taught me so much about myself. I was able to reflect on my own in a very better way than I could earlier. So this journey is not just about those books, those study materials, but this journey is a lot more than that, I believe. And at the very outset, I would like to extend my greetings to all of you, especially the aspirants, because you have decided to opt for a wonderful journey, first of all. Cracking the exam is definitely another aspect of this particular process, but deciding for opting to this particular journey in itself is a very big decision that you have taken up. And no doubt wherever you are in life, whatever profession you may take up to in life, this journey will remain very special. I can vow for that. So speaking about myself, my journey in a very systematic way started somewhere in April 2020, just after the COVID pandemic broke down, unfortunately, in our country. There, I was in my final semester of graduation. After that, when I moved on to my own home, I was fortunate that Rajdeep sir at that point of time launched an online program for the first time in June. There, I started with history, and then the journey continued thereon. So it was the starting point. Prior to that, I was just aware like what was the syllabus, how to prepare. Yes, even I watched the Topper's talk for a long time, or not just the Topper's talk, the things that are associated with this process over the internet. And then from April 2020, this journey started phase-wise. Like after that, I graduated in August 2020, and then this notification came somewhere in September, October of 2020, and thereon I was going on systematically with all the preparation in a very exhaustive way, like preparing the materials thoroughly with a lot of consolidation, because I believe that this is an ocean if you do not conquer it, but this is definitely something that you can convert into some limited, some confinement, provided you do some smart work. I think in this process, hard work is definitely required, but more than hard work, I would like to define it as some smart hard work. So we all might do hard work, but doing that hard work smartly is something that will make the difference. Because I believe most of us prepare in a very serious way. Most of us give a good amount of our life into this preparation, a good period of our life into this preparation. But unfortunately, in this process, only few will sail through up till the final list. And with some minute alterations, I believe we can definitely be in those uh, services where we always aspire to be, or that we aspire to be in the coming times. So speaking on some specific parameters, I would like to throw light on some of the special sources which I believe have definitely benefited me in this preparation. The first is I have used one platform, that is Twitter. All of you are aware about that. So I have referred to many of the official Twitter handles that are there. Therein you will find updates about different aspects that you want to. So the information that you receive out there regarding any aspect related to this preparation is definitely that you can take note of, is definitely that you can replicate in the answer sheet, is definitely something that you can take up as a case study for your GS paper 4. So this is something that I think I have done exhaustively throughout this journey. No doubt there was all the conventional sources that I followed, that is starting from NCRTs to referring the standard books, to reading newspapers, to reading the annual compilations, and all such related materials. But definitely, I believe another important source in this regard is I have prepared so much about my own state, because this is a preparation where you are going to be in the services of the state, in different services of the state. So you should know your state better. Your answers should reflect your own internal motivation to serve in this state, to know about the different dynamics of the state, to present your answers in such a way that highlight that you truly are aspiring to be in the services. And I believe that amongst thousands of answer sheets that are being evaluated, some unique touches will definitely boost your marks, or like everyone says, that 0.5 marks or that 1 marks is the one that matters at the end. Because this is a exhaustive uh, preparation wherein you prepare for 2000 marks for 8 papers. So I always worked on that aspect, and I can definitely tell that wherever you can inculcate Assam aspect to questions, definitely you cannot inculcate it in every answer, but in most of the answers, wherein you can inculcate the Assam aspect, the related Assam aspect to that particular question, do inculcate it, because I believe that might have benefited me. And it should be in such a way that you don't imagine it at the answer at the exam hall. That should flow spontaneously. That should have the diversity. That you are not just quoting about your own place, about your own district. It should have the touches of every part of this state. It should have the touches of every nook and corner of the state. You should take up case studies from anywhere in this state. So I believe this is something, even I can I remember instances of me putting up some case studies or some examples, so to say, in GS paper 4 exhaustively. In paper 4, it was not just about writing the definitions for me. It was about drawing some diagrams. It was about putting up some illustrations. It was about taking up some hypothetical situations. It was about putting up some um, examples from my even personal life that I came across. And I always believe that you should live this preparation. This journey is your own. You should personalize this journey. You shouldn't compare. Actually, comparison is a very value neutral process. If you can take up comparison in a positive way, that's very good. It will motivate you. But if you don't take up comparison in a very positive way, it might impact you pessimistically. So I believe that decision is up to you, where you compare yourself with others. Another thing is that motivation. The motivation I always emphasize on is internal. So there are two types of motivation. The first is internal and the second is external. External motivation might drive you to a certain extent. The fame that you might receive in this service, about it might be the fame that you might receive or you might aspire for after being in this service. So I believe those are temporary motivations that would drive you throughout the entire journey or through the entire service life that you may have in the coming times. But the internal motivation, that is the motivation to serve your own state, that is the motivation to contribute yourself in the nation building process, that is the motivation to serve the public as we undertake our journey for the next 25 years, that is the Amrit Kal, wherein, like Sir has told, we are progressing towards the 100th year of independence by 2047. So I believe that motivation will definitely drive you through this entire process. Another thing is that we should take this preparation very realistically and practically. We often go through different sources. We often go through different resources. But at the end, we cannot remember everything. We are human beings, right? So we have limited, we should believe in the unlimited capacity of the limited brain. Okay? So I think that we should have something in a limited amount, but that limited resource should be having some dynamic, diverse aspects. And once you are ready with that material, with some personal touches to the material, I believe you are ready to go into the exam process or you are ready to undertake that process. And believe me, if I can complete this process in some say 2 odd years, then you too definitely can take it up within that particular period as you undertake. I think most of you will be taking up the next prelims. So don't take it so heavily. Don't put a unnecessary pressure on yourself. Just enjoy the process, live the process. Do not forget your hobbies. Do not forget your own life, because I think above all what matters is our health. Because if we don't have our health, or if we are not in a healthy state of mind, then we cannot contribute anything towards any aspect of life. It's not just about service. It's not just about any other thing. Okay, so I believe if you keep 1 hour for yourself in your 24 hours, which is a very small portion, I believe, so that will really keep you rooted, that will really keep you healthy, wherein you can invest half an hour in some physical activity and another half an hour, say, in yoga or pranayama or whatever it be. So that will keep you in a calm state of mind, which is very necessary, because I can relate to the journey that you all are in. All of you are in various phases where you are where at times you go through self-doubt, where at times you feel like, is it really possible for me? I too have had those challenges, and yeah, there were some low phases as well. There were phases wherein actually in our university I was someone who was so active in different activities, starting from hostel to the college events to all the cultural events to NCC and quizzes. But after the unfortunate pandemic, when I came home, so it was all with myself and my family. No doubt that we got ample of time with our family. But on the same extent, I lost that social life. I lost the life that I lived for the last few years in my university. I can truly say today that those days were the most vibrant days of my life. And that really, in some way or the other, influenced me into becoming something that today I am achieving the success in. So enjoy the journey. You know when it's your time to start the journey. It's not that you will start right after graduation. It's not that you will start 10 years after graduation. It's all your call in totality. Decide when you want to be in this particular service, or not just about this service. You, whatever you aspire to do in life, go forward to that courageously. Today, I believe that the environment is as such wherein you can really pick up your hobby as your profession, pick up your own aspirations and convert them into reality through various opportunities that are there. So, because for me, civil services was something, or not just civil services, being a part of the government machinery and contributing to society was something that was there in my mind for a long time. I highlighted on that. I highlighted on different aspects, where I want to be, and I found this dream in all phases. That is, wherever I explored myself, I found that this is something that I want to be in the first instance. No doubt, in life, you might not achieve that the one that you want at the top of all other things. But definitely, God has been kind on me that I could achieve this in my first instance. But yes, I would like to tell you another thing is that we should learn from our failures. We should not get demotivated. Those who unfortunately could not make it to the final list, there's only certain thing, that is hope. So we should move with that particular hope. We should not get discouraged. If not in first time, then in second time. If not in second time, then in third time. Because life is life is not just about being the first one in something. It's a very different thing, and that we realize probably in our later stages of our life. So we should not wait till then. We should not feel regretted when we look back to our 20s that I did not do that, that I did not do this. We should do whatever our heart says. We should follow our heart. So this is something that, irrespective of the preparation process, which everyone talks about, I wanted to highlight it. And I think these are the aspects that you should ponder about parallelly in this journey. And another thing, yeah, and also I wanted to tell you something from my own experience was that, so we write answers for uh, 6 hours a day for 3 continuous days. That is 18 hours in 18 hours of answer writing in 72 hours. So this is a very exhaustive process. Therein, your fingers might swell. You might feel very exhausted because the earlier day we come from our examinations, we have to get on for the next day. There, you just have to mix up. You can say for paper one, we have history, we have all the portions of history, we have art and culture, we have geography, we have society. So when we study in isolation, there is something that we can recall or that we can recollect. But when you take up it as a whole, so there the challenge lies. And I think it's all about those 3 hours. What you know, what you don't know doesn't really matter. Okay, if you can deliver in those 3 hours, this is going to take you through. If you couldn't, for whatever reasons, if you couldn't deliver in those 3 hours, it might cost you another attempt. So, keeping that thing in mind, we should prepare ourselves. We should gear up ourselves as we take up our next attempt. And it's not just about the paper one. So, we give 2 papers in a day. So, also, I think in this process, answer writing is a very important aspect because there on spot we cannot innovate so much. Like if we have prepared, if we had an exhaustive material prepared, then we can, that it will flow in spontaneously, that you want to put up this fact in that particular question, that you want to put up this particular illustration, that you want to give a historical background to this question, you can put up it out spontaneously. So that will come with practice. Even I, on the first instant, I thought, how could I really complete all this? But yes, the process will practice, as they say that practice makes a man perfect. So only practice can take you through. So in essay writing, you should have that skill wherein you can, even by looking in the first instance, you can tell that in this particular paper, in this particular sheet, I am writing some 70 to 80 words. So that should come. You should not count the words. Like I have written 1, 2, 3, 4 words or such. By seeing it in the first instance, you should be able to tell that, yeah, I have some 70 to 80 words in this particular sheet. So you should try to achieve perfection up to that levels, I believe. And yeah, in interview, it's not about only the preparation in that particular days because there is no definite syllabus for the interview process as such. If you have inculcated that preparation into your heart, if you have done the process through your heart, I believe answers would flow spontaneously. There's a lot of presence of mind required when you go to the interview. Questions might come on any aspect, questions might come on any issue prevailing in the state or the nation or whatever it be. So you should be able to handle those questions. You should be able to answer in a very humble, honest way. It should reflect your way of thinking, the rational way of thinking. So I think these are some of the things that I wanted to throw light on. Yeah, I can go on for the entire day, but since due to the paucity of time, so I believe this journey is really a very special one. Uh, do take it up if you want to, and I would like to see all of you, all the aspirants on this side of the podium. And as you take up this journey, I wish my very best to all of you. And finally, I would like to quote a sentence that I always believe in, that is, be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. Thank you so much. Thank you.